afternoon, everyone. Indeed, this is a proud privilege to address such an august gathering. I'll just present a very brief extempore overview of our organization and what we do and what we have been doing for the past decade or more, with special reference and emphasis to the pharmaceutical, which is our core specialization. Odyssey Logistics was established in 2004, and we started off as a company providing solutions to automotive sectors. So our prime product was auto parts, which our major customers were based in Pune. And from there we started. Very soon we got a foray into pharmaceutical as we were appointed by Chiron Bearing Vaccines, which was a company, which is still a company operating out of Ankleshwar. At that point of time, that company was managed and handled by Aventis Pharma. So it was Mr. Alan Fernandez, and I must take his name because he was the first person, who gave the first break into pharmaceutical as an independent entity. Before that, in my previous capacity, I had handled a lot of pharmaceutical shipments when I was working for some organization and where I had a very large-scale exposure to handling Ranbaxy shipments. But as an entrepreneur, my direct exposure started off with handling Chiron Bearing Vaccines. And that actually made, that laid the foundation of, what was to come years later. Because while handling Chiron Bearing Vaccines, me and my team, the team kept building over a period of time as we grew. But we understood the nitty-gritties of temperature-controlled shipments with special emphasis to handling 2 to 8 degree shipments, how the shipments are processed, how it is handled. Chiron was basically actually handled by Marburg, which was based in Germany. So they were basically the buying house, and they used to procure from India, and they used to do the global distribution for the shipments all over the world. So that gave us a very direct exposure of handling pharmaceutical 2 to 8 critical sensitive shipments all over the globe, except for US. They had a lot of exports to LATAM, Far East, Middle East, and very limited to Europe. From there, our journey started with pharmaceuticals, and side by side, we were doing pretty well as far as the auto sector is concerned. It was only towards the end of 2012 when we realized that there is some amount of saturation happening in the automotive sector, because of which my core specialization has always been air freight. So we felt that there's a lot of diversion going on from air to ocean, and it was time for us to reinvent ourselves and get on to a different kind of vertical. And that is how we decided to foray full-fledged into the pharmaceuticals business. Now, the journey has been literally very challenging, and it's a very long story, like from 2012 onwards, still now in 2022, when we can say that we share some amount of market share as far as pharmaceuticals is concerned in India, particularly from Mumbai and Hyderabad. Like, we handle all the major customers, their major volumes, their all market sectors, and as well as all kinds of their products. Now, this journey has been very adventurous. We could gain their trust and confidence by acting transparently with them, instilling a sense of belongingness that whatever situation come way, we will always be there for them, and we will never let them down under any circumstances. So that eventually led, from 2016, we started consolidating our volumes. And as the industry knows that by 2017, we had reached almost 800 to 900 tons per month, which further got consolidated and enhanced to almost 1,200 to 1,300 tons by 2018. But the major metamorphosis for our company and our organization came in the COVID. Like, when the COVID hit 2020, from there, we had an exponential growth, and from almost 1,200 tons, we reached almost 2,000 tons for the continuous 2 years. And this has been only possible because during the difficult pandemic time, we could provide to our customers solutions which were tailor-made, which were based on the situation and circumstances prevailing at that point of time. And all our major customers, today they are a name to reckon with in the industry. They're all, I mean, the trade knows about our customers, who all we handle and how we handle. So this trust we have been able to build with them by working diligently and achieving their goals and considering their goals as our goals, because we know that a satisfied customer is the benchmark of success. So if we are able to satisfy our customers with our services, with our pricing, of course, because that's always plays a key role. But when you become a kind of a big consolidator, then the pricing also, comes on your side. So with a right mixture of all this, we were able to get a sense of belongingness with the customer, that the customer started trusting us, and they know that whenever there is a critical shipment, particularly for US, like there is a launch shipment, or if there's a shipment which needs to be delivered within 2 days, 4 days, 5 days time, they turn to us, they rely on our expertise now. We have expanded quite substantially into the Area 1 market, that is US, and today I think we have the proud distinction of handling and delivering almost anywhere between 700 to 1,000 tons by air every month into US. So that is something like, it's a very good numbers, by 700 to 8,000 tons only for the US market, and then the other market like LATAM and all, it's a different. So we have kept our entire focus, our major focus on the Area 1 US market, because we know that for the generic, for the Indian pharmaceutical customers, US is the key market, and that is where, their stakes are also very high. So we understood the market positioning, we understood how US operates. We have reinvented our service thing. My team works round the clock, 24/7, 365. We understand that, how US systems work. We know the remote control operations in US. We know that, unlike other markets, the US is typically different. We don't need to, it's a kind of a documentless market. Like, we can clear shipments arriving in Atlanta, in Chicago, or shipment arriving in Miami, in New York, and just place the truck and pick up the shipment. So that dynamics are different. The market conditions are different, and I'm very glad that we have been able to capitalize on those conditions and make ourselves in line with the kind of solutions what our customers look forward. So over a period of time, for the last couple of years, there has been a very smooth going on with our customers, that they trust us. We give them what they needed. I keep always, every 6 months or 7 months, I make a trip over there so that I meet the end customers, to instill a sense of confidence and to ask them if they need anything further from our end. We also have forayed into the other markets like the LATAM. So we have made Miami as a hub, because we know that there's a lot of shipments going in from LATAM to the different markets of LATAM via Miami. So we have a very reliable partner in Miami. He takes care of our on-forwarding, and he has a very excellent contacts with the carriers which are operating further from Miami to the different locations. Now, one point which I would definitely like to touch upon is the vaccines. Today, if we could, during the COVID time, if we could, we handle for, just for the information, all the Indian embassies, the Covishield vaccine which was supplied, which was almost close to 70 to 75 Indian embassies, all that was handled by Odyssey Logistics. So the seeds of this handling were actually, came from our handling of Chiron-bearing shipments, because we had hands-on experience of more than 16 years. And me and my team, we exactly knew that which market behaves how, and for 2 to 8 degree gel pack shipments, how we have to respond, which area, how much proactive we have to be, and which market we have to just see that we do not take things for granted. So our accumulative experience of 15 years gave us became like a blessing for us in giving the best solutions when we handle Covishield. Like Covishield, as I had mentioned in the panel discussion, that we had the proud privilege of handling more than 95% of Covishield vaccines which moved out of Mumbai airport. So that itself was a very moment of pride for us, as the customer trusted us, for giving such an important assignment to us. So in a nutshell, I would just like here to thank all my stakeholders, all my partners, especially my team, the airlines, the airport handlers, because without their active support, this journey would not have been there. What we have achieved today is, apart from our hard work and our conviction, it is the cooperation and it is the assistance from all the stakeholders which has resulted in we emerging as one of the leaders for handling pharmaceutical logistics and earning the trust of our customers, which is our core motivation. If our customer is happy with us, that is everything for us, and we will continue to strive for that and gain acceptance from them. Thank you very much.